And she wants macaroni salad. Hi, I have an order to pick up.
As a mom, Shannon Starr can only hope she's doing the right thing for her daughter.
I'm just doing what I can if I'm trying to save my daughter's life, and there's still no pamphlet. There was no, there's no rules on life and how to be a parent. Pax, it is her.
We first met Shannon in July.
Oh no, it's not my daughter.
She traveled here from Arizona to search the streets of Portland for her daughter, 29-year-old Jade.
Pax? Jade?
Jade moved to Portland 4 years ago. After moving, she got hooked on fentanyl, then lost her apartment. She's been homeless ever since.
She was living downtown, and I guess someone gave her first blue pill.
Shannon has since moved to Portland to be closer to Jade. Most days, she feels helpless.
So yeah, there's not much I can do other than, like I said, is the leave her alone, act like she's not there anymore, and then let her hit complete rock bottom, which to me is death, is me attending her funeral. So I'm not gonna pretend she's not still alive. Jade, I'm back with some food. I got the large one, so it should have a decent amount for both of you.
Jade and her boyfriend Z stay in this tent off Southwest 5th in Lincoln. It's right across the street from Shannon's apartment.
To be closer to my mom, and it was like one of the areas that said it was safe to camp.
She needs laundry done, so I'll go down there, I'll grab whatever laundry she needs.
Despite having family so close, Jade's addiction keeps her on the streets. On this day, we met Jade around noon. She was just waking up.
We've been here for like 6 months.
It was almost time for Z to head out.
He goes out and gets supplies for us, and obviously our medication, our drugs.
Jade stays in the tent while he's away. She says it's safer that way.
It's hard being a girl out here. People are pretty much asking you to like trade sexual favors for drugs at this point. So
lately, the market has changed.
The cops right now are busting down.
They say their dealer is in jail now.
He was somebody who, like, I, had like a working relationship with, for a long time. So that worked in our favor to where we could get it really cheap. And so now, we pay the same price as everybody else pays, and it's pretty expensive.
About $80 a day. Z says he gets the money from selling electronics, like the ones in this bag. He wouldn't tell us where he got them from.
It's like $40 a gram. And so, it takes us like a couple of grams probably to stay well.
It's kind of like a relaxing, like your body is just feeling content.
They've built up a tolerance to the cheaper blue pills. They smoke pure fentanyl powder now.
Love you too. The other day he was gone for like a day and a half, and like I'm pretty good about like 20 hours without like any medication or like drugs. But after like 20 plus hours, you start getting like hot sweats, and it's really hard to like move. When you're in the struggle, yeah, every little bit counts. Like,
she manages to scrape off enough residue for 5 hits. That's enough to last her 2 hours. She still remembers the first time she ever did fentanyl.
My neighbor, who I had a huge crush on, was doing it, so I ended up doing it with him.
That was 4 years ago, not long after she moved to Portland.
I don't know what I would be doing with my time if I wasn't doing drugs. I went to school for health coaching, so I know. I didn't think it was gonna end up like going this route. It's just like, I don't know. Life is really hard when you think about it, like going back to work and going like into like another motion. For me, it's just like, I'm just not ready to like already sober up because I've already been there. I really feel stuck in a rut. I don't feel like this is the lowest point.
So yeah, so she has she's the classic person whose brain has been affected from prolonged use, and she really does need it to feel normal.
Dr. Olivia Ray Wright specializes in addiction medicine at OHSU.
People who've been through this, they feel like nobody understands them, and the truth is nobody does. Nobody who's not, if you haven't been through that, it's hard to really understand what that feeling is. Which is why society is so judgmental about it. You know, we think you're just weak, but that's not it. You know, the brain controls everything we do, and if we're messing with those pathways, you know, we're causing a different kind of damage than most people have experienced.
But how do we help someone who doesn't want to help themselves?
You really can't. I think the trick is to get them to want to help themselves. The things that I've seen most effective are families who love them, not waiting till they hit rock bottom, because rock bottom with fentanyl is death.
Some days I just want to cry after I leave because I know that there's nothing I can do other than just to give her love constantly.
It's now 5 o'clock. Z isn't back yet, so Jade pulls out her pile of used foil, a last resort to fend off withdrawal.
The initial withdrawal is really miserable. I mean, shaking and sweating and feel like you can't sit still, diarrhea, vomiting. But after really a few days, those symptoms start to subside. And then what they're left of is this just overwhelming feeling of gloom and just this craving to feel normal, and realizing the only thing their brain is telling them that will help them get back there is more of the drug.
Like there's like a hit or two on them that I didn't see.
But yeah, this is the sad part, knowing that she's almost out of drugs.
Yeah, it's a hard time right now.
Maybe hardest of all for Jade's mom. She doesn't want to see what's under this flashlight.
I really just try not to focus on the drugs at all and just focus on our relationship and, you know, reminding her that I love her.
Thank you, Mom.
That's about it.
I love you too.
Blair Best, KGW News.
Blair joins me now, and oh my gosh, Blair, so many things. What's the latest with Jade?
So a few weeks after we spent that day with Jade, we went back to try and convince her one more time to go into treatment. And she told me she wanted to get off the streets and she wanted a safe place indoors, but that she wasn't ready to quit smoking fentanyl. Okay, so I thought that was at least good. She wanted to get out of her situation in some capacity. So I thought of the city's large sanctioned shelter site off Southeast Powell Boulevard. It's low barrier, which means you don't have to be sober to get in. So I emailed the city, I told them about Jade, and they asked for her contact info. And the next day, Jade moved into that shelter site. And the mom tells me she stayed there for 2 weeks and that she was doing well. Up until yesterday, when the mom texted me that she ran away, they got into an argument, and at last check, Jade is still out on the streets, and I'm not even sure if that bed is still available for her.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, sadly, I think sometimes this is how it goes. You know, so many ups and downs.
It is.
You mentioned in the story the boyfriend had a bag of electronics, and we don't want to say because we don't know where he got them, but I know that you have talked to others who say that stealing electronics is a routine way to get drugs.
Yeah, Pat, it's very common. I mean, even just yesterday, I was talking with drug users who stay right across the street from a grocery store. And they told me they stay there because they steal from the grocery store and they sell or trade those items to buy their drugs. So it's really no secret.
Yeah, okay. And then finally with the mom, so heartbreaking watching, you know, her agonizing choices that she's making. And I'm sure there's some that are watching this story saying that mom is making things worse by, you know, making this life okay for her daughter.
Yeah, I mean, Pat, that's a big reason we wanted to share this story in the first place. The torment the mom faces is real. And as we heard from the doctor there, hitting rock bottom with fentanyl is death. So what is the mom to do? She asks herself that every day. If she ignores Jade, she's afraid she's going to die. If she helps her too much, she's afraid she's only making the problem worse, making it easy for her. So there's really no right answer here, and that's why her story is so troubling.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's that whole question about whether she's enabling or not. And I'm so glad that you're telling this story, Blair, because it's the side we don't often see, and I'm sure it's replicated in hundreds of tents across our city with this sort of thing going on. So yeah, it's tough for everybody, but it is important to know about. Thank you, Blair. Appreciate it. Now we'd love to hear your thoughts on Blair's story. What's going through your mind right now? Maybe you or a loved one you know, maybe someone you know is in a similar situation. Tell us about it, will you? Send us an email. The address is thestory@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail, 503-226-5090.